I'm Ross Hendrix, and I'm not wearing underwear. I would like to mention right now that I'm going to be using a proper professional wrestling term. This may or may not put you off professional wrestling, but it helps me put across my point about John Cena. The problem is, he is booked like Superman, and most smarks, hence the quotation marks, will turn around and say, Hulk Hogan was booked like Superman. Does that make him crap? Well, number one, he was not booked as strongly as John Cena. No champion or no face of the company has ever been booked like John Cena. And number two, I don't like Hulk Hogan anyway, so that renders that argument invalid. Now, what I'm going to explain to you is a term called kerferb, they took our gerb. And in professional wrestling, this word is the portrayal of events within the industry as real or true. Specifically, the portrayal of competition and rivalries between participants as being genuine or not of a worked nature. Now, how can I relate this to John Cena? I have two examples that I'm going to use. One from last year and one from the year before. Let's start with example number one. Or Exhibit A, we'll call it. On the Monday Night Raw, before Over the Limit last year, The Miz attacked John Cena from behind, hit him round the back of the head with a pipe. Now, I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with John Cena getting up round about 10 seconds later, standing up on his own 2 feet, and then attacking The Miz basically like he was hit round the face with a fly attached to some string. That's just how effective he made that look. No one in history who has been hit round the head with a pipe has done that. And if it's happened in a match, then if it's not the end of the match, it's certainly towards the end of it. Exhibit number 2. SummerSlam 2010. Team WWE versus Team Nexus. On the Nexus side, Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel. On Team WWE side, John Cena. If you do not know about this, then please feel free to listen on. If, however, you know about this and still disagree with me, then feel free to leave your nonsensical bullshit in the comments section. This is the biggest offense to not only professional wrestling, but to the WWE itself. So what happened? Well, for those who don't know, John Cena was DDT'd onto exposed concrete. Think about that. He went face first into exposed concrete. Now, evidently, those who go to exposed concrete via a professional wrestling move that drops them on their head or their face, they normally don't get up. A good example of that would be just before SummerSlam in the year 2001, when Stone Cold Steve Austin dropped Kurt Angle with a pile driver onto exposed concrete. He had to be stretchered out. Would it have hurt John Cena that much to take that bump and not get back up? Apparently so. Because not only did he get up after less than 2 minutes. Now you could argue that's far too much time within a wrestling match, but as I've said, Kurt Angle had to be carried out on a stretcher. Hell, even in most recent examples, look at the guys that have been victimized by the Big Show. You know, their kayfabe injuries, or kerfurb injuries, or however the hell you pronounce it. Think about that. Some of them had to be stretchered out, or at least carried out. Now, if John Cena could not get up of his own steam, would it have hurt him so much? Probably not. But not only did he get up, but he also beat Justin Gabriel and Wade Barrett within 10 seconds of each other. And then stood up and climbed the turnbuckle like nothing happened. Kerfurb, or kayfabe, or however the hell you pronounce it, is the be-all and end-all of professional wrestling. It's how guys make moves look effective. It's how wrestlers make rivalries. It's how a match progresses. And for John Cena to do that, not once but twice, and I'm pretty sure those aren't the only two examples, it's a crime against professional wrestling. Now, you could argue that WWE hasn't done professional wrestling for years. It's done sports entertainment. I would argue that's just a very, very clever way of dressing it up for the public. When the bell rings and the guys in the ring fight, it's still professional wrestling. You wouldn't think it to look at Cena and how he awkwardly drops people on their hips. Wade Barrett is also a criminal at this, but I'm willing to let that slide because we haven't seen Wade Barrett in a while. And you look at the god-awful way that John Cena applies the STF. It is an actual insult. And I'm going to prove it. Here is a picture of John Cena applying the STF. Now, it's called a step-over toe-hold face lock. STF is an abbreviation. Now, if you look at that, that is not a face lock. It's not even a sleeper, like some people have suggested to me. Now, here's the STF done by the innovator of the move, the inventor of the move. See the difference? It's unreal, isn't it? Well, ladies, gentlemen, and sex fiends anonymous, that's all the time I have for you today. I'm Ross Hendrix, and I'm staying sexy. I hope you do too.